God bless everybody. Welcome to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Genesis, and I make videos of encouragement, of exhortation. For those who don't know what that means, meaning encouragement and correction in a loving way. I know many of us don't like to be corrected, and it's a reality, but at the same time, correction and discipline is done in love. And I'm not saying exhortation in order to condemn and judge. No, that is not my place. But I'm just telling you that exhortation is preaching the truth. And sometimes the truth, for those who might not necessarily agree, the truth sometimes hurts. The truth sometimes can make you uncomfortable, but it's my job as a Christian, as a follower of Jesus Christ, to preach the truth to you, and the truth is in His Word. So today I want to talk to you about the importance of having an intimate relationship with God. Having an intimate relationship with God goes far beyond than just going to church, goes far beyond than simply just reading His Word here and there, simply just praying once in a while. No, it goes beyond that. It goes as much as applying the word that is in the word that is written in the Bible. It's applying the principles that we learn in the Bible to our lives, living it out completely and fully, meaning everything that we do it as if it were for Jesus. That's to the level of relationship that many of us should have, that we should all have, including, those who don't know Jesus. Maybe you don't know Jesus. Maybe you don't even know what a relationship with God is. That is why Christians out here they're here to help you. They're here to guide you, lead you to a relationship with God. We don't have the power, or let me rephrase that. We are not the ones that own the power. We have the power that we have is given to us by Jesus Christ. It's given to us by God. So God uses earthly vessels in order to portray His glory, in order to showcase His power, and to show people that God is alive and He is real. An intimate relationship with God goes farther than just pleasing Him pleasing Him doing spiritual things. It's pleasing Him in the natural things as well. For example, how I conduct myself at my job, how other people see me at my job. Do they see me as someone who is a positive person, but not necessarily an example of a Christian that follows Jesus? Because being positive and being Christian is not the same thing. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not the same thing. I can be very positive, but I might not necessarily follow God. That's the difference between positive thinking or positive speaking and faith. Faith is positive, but faith is also about action. Positivity, sometimes it's just simply in the mind, but faith is action. Faith is moving. It is constantly moving. Faith, when I have faith, I walk in faith. I act in faith. I don't simply just sit back and ask God to just do. No, I walk in what I want and believe that God is doing. The impossible I leave to Him, and the possible I do. When we have an intimate relationship with God, we work with our character. We allow God to change our character. We open the door for Him to begin to mold us to how He wants us to mold. An example of this, and this might seem extreme, but that's the thing, that having an intimate relationship with God goes beyond just the normal things. It goes just beyond the things. And that's the thing, that those who don't have an intimate relationship, or might think that having an intimate relationship goes too far, They criticize those and call extremists or fanatics those who want to please God in everything. Because the thing is that relationships, in order for relationships to stand, to remain, there has to be compromise. There has to be, and I'm talking about in the natural, there has to be not compromise, sacrifice. That's what I mean. Sacrifice, meaning that I give up certain things not because it's painful to me, or not because I am forced to do it, that's the word, but because I love the person. I love this person, so I am willing to give up this that I like to do in order, because the value that this person has is greater than the temporary pleasure or the temporary thing that this certain thing might offer me. An example of this, for example, for my life, I am a person that I want to please God in everything as much as I can as possibly. So if I see a paper on the ground, because this is earth, a place that was given to me by God, this is my temporary home that God gave for me to honor it, for me to take care of it. Why am I going to leave the paper on the floor? I'm not. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to throw it away. But that's the thing, that an intimate relationship with God honors God. It honors God, and you are able to see God in everything and hold Him as the center and the king of your heart. Is God taking the throne in our hearts? Meaning, the place, the throne seat, the center place, is that reserved for God? Or is it reserved for myself? Am I the ruler of myself? I shouldn't be, because the heart, naturally, the human heart is deceitful. Our emotions are misleading. Our flesh does not want to please God. It simply wants to please ourselves. We are selfish. We can be selfish sometimes, or many times. Having an intimate relationship with God is not popular. Unfortunately, it's not popular. It's almost uncool at this point to have an intimate relationship with God, because even Christians criticize other Christians and they say, oh, you're taking it too far. You're taking it to a whole nother level. You don't have to be that crazy about God. But let me tell you that you should be. You should be. Because if God gave all for you, why not give all to Him? If He didn't hold back anything, He made Himself condemned, cursed. You know what that means? That means that literally He made Himself be viewed as nothing, practically nothing. The King of the world, the God of the universe, made Himself sin because He was human form, just so that we can be saved. So why would we not decide to give Him everything? And I'm not saying that, God deals with everyone differently. So God might say that for you, this is not something that is a sin. For example, God might tell you, oh, I don't want you to watch YouTube. Let's just say that. And maybe this other person might be able to watch YouTube. That doesn't mean that YouTube is bad. What it means is when you have an intimate relationship with God, God does things to mold your character. And sometimes what we struggle with, God might take it away for a time because He wants to see if you're loyal to Him. enough to give it up, like the sacrifice of Isaac. You know, Abraham, Isaac he never got killed. He was never sacrificed. God wanted to test Abraham to see if his loyalty was enough to give him what he valued most, what he loved the most. And God is inviting you tonight to have an intimate relationship with him, to open the door for him to be at the center of your life, for him to mold you. Maybe your molding process might be different from other persons, but that's your relationship with God. That's your intimate relationship with God. As long as we adhere and we stay true to the values that are established in the Word, to the real truth in the Word. So I bless you, and I thank you for viewing this video, and I ask you that you may share it with someone, anyone that you may want to share it with, because as Christians, as followers of Jesus Christ, God is calling all of us to be intimate with him, especially as times get harder, as the years get more difficult. In this time, this pandemic moment, we really need to stay close to God, because without God, sadly to say, we're not going to make it. So thank you, and I love you guys. I bless you, and subscribe and like this video. God bless.